Hey YouTubers, good morning, this is Rob Muffet. Guys, today this video is a little different. We're not going to be making anything in this video. Just going to be talking to you about some subjects that you might be interested in, might not. Let's see, we're going to be talking about small inflatable kayaks, large plastic ukuleles, the economic wisdom of owning 25-year-old Toyota Corollas, million-year-old mortars and pestles. We're going to be talking about Chef Buck and Camera Girl's cooking show, impossible coconut cream pies, kale salt recipes, and Ebola. I guess I better start with Ebola. Guys, about 2014 October, I came down with a heart problem. I got AFib, had to go to the hospital, and I was probably one of the few people in America that almost died from Ebola, and the reason was because I was in my kitchen making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, listening to the radio, and I've been pretty much terrified for about a month and a half about all the stories about Ebola and how it was half as deadly as the bubonic plague and Black Death. And I was listening to the guy who was in charge for the Center of Disease Control in Atlanta, and he was doing an interview on National Public Radio, and he said that we could not have a quarantine of people coming from Liberia, the hot spots where Ebola was from, because, in his words, we had a historical debt owed to the people of Liberia. And that's when I just about lost it. I felt my heart going crazy, and I had to sit down, and I got worse and had to call the ambulance. Went to the hospital, and they said I had AFib, and I stayed a few days, and I've ever since then, about every couple of weeks, I have an episode where the heart goes crazy, beats like a jazz drummer. But the neat thing is, the story gets much better if you haven't left by now. The last 2.5 months, I haven't had a single problem, and I feel real happy. And in fact, I feel so happy, I bought on Amazon an inflatable kayak and a plastic ukulele. Now, let me tell you, the kayak is about the smallest ones you can get, but it has extremely good reviews. It's from Intex. And what I'm going to do is put an electric trolling motor on it. I went ahead and bought the smallest marine deep cycle charge battery I could find, and it's going to fit in the kayak. And I've got a very small old Shakespeare trolling motor. It's about a 12-pound thrust. It's not very fast for a big boat, but for this kayak, it might be fine. And I'm going to figure out a way to attach it and learn how to play the ukulele. And then I'm going to get a used car that's different than the one I have. I've got a 25-year-old Corolla, and I'm going to go fishing every day or go to the beach with a metal detector and just take it easy and enjoy life and have some fun. And having a kayak I can put in my car and just go anywhere I want and put it in the closet, I think it's going to be great. Now I got to get some orange paint, some Marty Zoffingers orange paint for the kayak, but I think it's going to work out pretty good. I already found out I can fit in it, and I can attach a rod to it and have just about everything I need on there. So it's going to work out pretty good. And so even though the story started out kind of bad, I think it's heading in the right direction. I think in the next videos, I've been making a lot of indoor videos the last few years because I've been living a very indoor life. Every couple of weeks I had a problem, had to lay down for all day long. And I feel better now, and I'm going to continue to feel better, hope, and we're going to be doing a lot more fun outside activities in my videos. So we're on to next. Let's talk about million-year-old mortars and pestles. I was watching the Chef Buck and Camera Girl. Got to put her in there too with the cooking show. I like Chef Buck. He doesn't take himself seriously. I mean, sometimes he'll do a cooking show. He'll be in his underwear. You know how much tequila and self-confidence I have to do that. I won't even put my face in my videos half the time. Well, he just don't care anymore. And but he has a great cooking show. He's also got another show where he does other stuff. It's a kind of funny comedy that I really like. And but his cooking show is really good. Just down home playing really good cooking and really good video and photographs, and you like it. But he was doing one on kale, and it was a recipe on how to make kale with coconut milk. And I had some coconut milk earlier, but I used it to make a coconut cream pie. with the impossible type recipe used with Bisquick. If you never did that impossible pies, do a Google for impossible pies, like impossible coconut or impossible apple or whatever. You can find different recipes. They're real simple. You just throw them together in a bowl, put them in the pan, put them in the oven, and they're done in an hour. But anyway, he was doing a kale salt recipe, and here's the funny thing: he was showing the different ingredients, which not kale salt. He was doing a cream kale. And he got to the part where he was showing the salt, and the camera girl said, the salt's not in focus. And Buck said, well, if people don't know what salt looks like, they can go look on Amazon or look on Google Images. And it made me laugh. And I'm also easily amused and easily diverted my attention, too. So I went to Google Images, and I looked at salt. Just for fun, just to be a smart ass, because later on I could put a little message in his video saying, hey buddy, I looked at the salt on Google Images and it wasn't that interesting, but you know what, after I finished looking at the salt images, I said, I wonder if there's anything interesting over there. It's kale. So I looked at kale, and Google knows what you're looking at, and I'd been looking at kale and then salt. So the very first image was a recipe, and somebody has a blog, and there was a woman who had one on kale salt. And it looked pretty interesting. So I looked on YouTube. There's nobody doing any salt recipes with kale. Kale salt I always like to do videos on YouTube. Nobody else has done. So let me do this right. She used a 300-degree oven for 15 minutes with kale and mix it half and half. That's basic recipe. That's it. You're over. Done with it. But she did use some kosher salt, which I don't have. So I've been waiting to get that. But I thought to myself, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to make this up good. I'm going to get me a mortar and pestle. So I went on Amazon and I bought a mortar and pestle for like $12, $13. And when it came, it's made out of stainless steel. This thing is going to last like a million years. Unless somebody melts it down after I'm dead and gone, it's going to last forever. It's going to last a million years. I mean, a million years from now, people are going to find this, or maybe robots are going to find it. And they're going to wonder, what the heck is this doing here? And they're not going to know the story. The reason a million years from now somebody's going to find that stainless steel mortar and pestle is because I was watching a video on YouTube where the salt wasn't in focus. And Buck said, you could just go look on Google Images if you don't know what salt looks like. So that's why that mortar and pestle made out of stainless steel is going to show up a million years from now. I just thought that was hilarious. So if you want to make kale salt, it's real simple. Like half salt, half kale. After you dry the kale, mix it with kosher salt, and you're done. So I'm not going to make the video. So there will never be a kale salt video on YouTube. So that's about it, guys. I just want to tell you where we're going with this channel. I'm going to be having some more outdoor videos. Going to be doing some more fishing and having more fun outdoors. And hope you guys get off your butt and get away from the computer and go out and have some more fun. And maybe you get a ukulele and learn to play it. I know I am. This has been a crazy video. Hope you guys like it. I'm not going to do videos like this all the time, but I just felt like doing one. And y'all come back. I put on new stuff every week. And stay away from that Ebola. All right, guys, take care.